All right, welcome back. BlackRock may be pushing for a new corporate identity, focusing on things like ESG and so-called responsible investing. But now one politically aligned group is taking issue with that and going on the offensive. Eamon Javers joining us now with more on this fascinating story. Eamon.
Good morning, Brian. BlackRock, the huge investment corporation with more than $9 trillion in assets under management, is going to come under fire today from an unlikely source. It's a small conservative nonprofit group called Consumers Research. The group tells CNBC it will begin airing a TV ad campaign blasting the financial firm for its ties to China today, backed by a $1 million budget.
BlackRock, the biggest American money manager. Where are they investing your money? China, pouring in billions, propping up Chinese communist leaders, putting money into surveillance companies used by the Chinese military.
But the group tells me this campaign isn't motivated necessarily by BlackRock's dealings in China. Instead, the group's executive director tells me he's running these ads because he thinks BlackRock has become too, quote, woke, unquote.
The Consumers First initiative is aimed at sending a message to corporate America that to the extent they are going to try and go woke in order to distract from their misdeeds, it's not going to work, and we will come for you. And that includes BlackRock, one of the worst in the business.
Now, Hild told me that among his group's concerns are BlackRock founder Larry Fink's stances on boardroom diversity and investing in oil and gas. BlackRock has pushed companies to select more diverse directors and has said it will make investment decisions with a core goal of environmental sustainability. And the conservative group said it would not reveal who is paying for this latest campaign or release the names of any of their donors. And CNBC was unable to independently confirm the size and cost of this ad buy. This is a lot like political oppo research, Brian. It's a message from this conservative group that companies engaging in what it considers inappropriate political behavior will be treated just like candidates in a tough political battle. And Brian, I reached out to BlackRock for comment, and they declined to comment yesterday. Back over to you.
All right, well, Eamon, really kind of a fascinating story because you don't see people go after companies like this necessarily. I guess in your reporting, have you talked to anybody that believes this might actually move the needle for BlackRock? Are people going to stop giving money to it or pull their money out of it because they're like, oh, I didn't realize they were so aligned with China?
Well, the question is, what is the impact politically on BlackRock? I mean, BlackRock is not a company that has an enormous consumer-facing business. It's not a brand that consumers know well, right? So in that sense, politically, you can move the needle on its reputation simply because this will be the first time a lot of people have heard of it. But the question is whether BlackRock will care or not. I mean, it's got $9 trillion. It's an enormous operation. The question is whether this impacts its business operations or anything at all. It might move the needle on the sort of political side, but on the business side, that's a separate question. I think more broadly, this is a shot across the bow of everybody in corporate America from this group, which is clearly well-financed by persons unknown, saying, look, if you engage in this behavior, which they consider to be quote-unquote woke, well, then we're going to run these oppo ads against you, and you're going to have to face some political consequences if you get in the political arena.
Yeah, maybe more about other companies than BlackRock. Excellent point. Not a big consumer-facing name. They're probably going to, my guess is just stay silent and move on. Eamon Javers, we have to move on, unfortunately. Thank you. Have a great day.
Fair enough. Thanks,
All right.